Hi, welcome to today's special video. And in today's video, we want to take JAMB Agricultural Questions. These are the likely questions that you would encounter in your JAMB examination for the agriculture category, Agricultural Science, this year. So sit down with me, make sure you are subscribed to the channel so that when I make updates to these questions, you'll be notified. If you have questions, please also use the comment section, drop your questions, and I'm happy to take them. Let's get into it. Alright, so question 1. The storage facility that is not suitable for grains is the dash. The storage facility that is not suitable, that is not good enough for grains. What would be examples of grains? Beans, rice, maize, plucked off maize. So which of these storage facilities is not good enough for grains? You have silos. Silos looks like something like this. Yeah, silos is something like that. Rhombus is something like this. Okay, you have barns. Barns is like a house. Okay, where you keep livestock, where you keep feeds, peas. Okay, and then you have sack. You know sack now. So which of these? Okay, let me put sack here. Okay, so which of these is not suitable for grains? That would be what? That would be barns. You don't pour grains on the ground in the barns. It's not suitable. Silos is specifically made for grains. Rhombus, very good for grains. Sacks, of course, that's where we package our beans, our rice. Alright, but these two like best. But silos is about the best among the 4 options. But then barns is not even suitable at all for grains. Now let's get into it. Next question. The desktop computer used for data management in agric business or agro business is dash. The desktop computer. Now this is where the emphasis is. The computer that is used on a desk is what is called a desktop computer. Don't let the grammar challenge you. So the desktop computer used for data management in agribusiness. Examples of agribusiness, you have AfriMatch. You can check them online. AfriMatch, entrepreneurship business. You have All School at Farms. You know, so many farms like that. So what kind of desktop computer do they use to manage data of their customer, data of inflow? What kind of computer would be perfect for them? You have analog computer. Old time computer. Analog computer will not work for them to keep up with data of customers that are coming, making orders online, shipping and all of that. You have supercomputer, those big computers. Mainframe also, those big computers. You can't put those ones on the decks, on an office desk. So the one that works very well is hybrid computer. What is hybrid computer? It's just the functionality of analog computer and supercomputer that has been compressed into your simple desktop computer that you have in your homes, in the offices. So those kind of computers you see in the offices, the one that contains of what? A monitor, CPU, keyboard. Okay, these are the kind of computers that are used in agribusiness. So this is the correct option, option C. Question 3. A hypothesis can be described as what? What's an hypothesis or a hypothesis? A predictive statement relating to experimental variables. A postulate of general acceptance? No. If it's a postulate, anything that is a postulate is already a theory. Anything postulated has become a theory. A research reasoning based on an accurate statement. This is a conclusion. At the end of every research, you must have a conclusion. So a research reasoning is a conclusion. It's not an hypothesis anymore. Hypotheses are like guesses, strong guesses. Postulate, theory. So this is the only one that looks correct. A hypothesis can be described as a predictive statement relating to experimental variables. Based on variables that we have experimented on, we can come about a statement, and that statement is safe to be called an hypothesis. Question 4 now. Which of the following farm animal is considered a monogastric and has one stomach compartment? You have goat, pig, cow, and sheep. The correct answer there is pig. It's only pig among these animals that is a monogastric. The others are polygastric. They have two or more compartments. Right. So, moving forward, question 5. The process of mating in poultry is referred to as dash, servicing, kidding, tubing, threading. So these are all process of mating in other animals, in several animals. But in poultry, the process of mating is called threading. Never forget it. It's called threading. Then 6. Farm animals, a sign of heat. What does it mean when an animal is on heat? That's the classwork question I have for you. Let me know the answer in the comment section. In farm animals, a sign of heat. When an animal is on heat, what does it mean? A. Profuse salivation, meaning the animal is just pouring out spit. No. Secretion from the vulva, that's from the sex organ. Difficulty in breathing, continuous urination. No, all these ones, this, and this are signs of illness, meaning the animal is not doing well. The animal is sick. This is the only one when the animal is secreting. Even humans too secrete when we are in the feeling of sexual interaction. We secrete. So this is the correct option. Secretion from the vulva. And then question 7. The anti-sterility vitamin in livestock nutrition is dash. So which of these vitamins helps reproduction or prevents sterility? What's sterility? The opposite of production. When somebody else or an animal cannot reproduce, don't have the ability to produce, that animal could be called a sterile animal or a barren animal. So which of these is anti-sterility vitamin? And that answer there is vitamin E. Vitamin E is anti-sterility vitamin in livestock. And so you need to give your livestock, especially the she livestock, the female livestock, you need to give them a lot of vitamin E or a good dose of it to ensure that they continue to reproduce. And then question 8. The relative humidity in an incubator is usually set as what? What's an incubator? I'll just simply put, an incubator is used to hatch eggs, poultry eggs. So what's the relative humidity? What's the standard humidity in an incubator? That is what? 40 to 60. 40 to 60. If you set it too high, the eggs will not hatch in time. If you set it too low, the eggs will be affected. So this is the standard. It should be between 40 to 60 degrees. Don't forget it, okay? And then question 9. Which of the following cereal crops most require nursery practice? Right, they are all cereals. All these are cereal crops. But one of them require you nurse it before you go and now plant it or establish it in the farmland. And that crop here is rice. Before you establish rice on its plantation or its farm bed, you must have nursed it. Standard practice for rice. So rice requires nursing practice. Then question 10 now. Question number 10. The maturity period of groundnut in month is what? How long does it take for groundnut to be matured? You have 1 to 2 months, 2 to 3 months, 4 to 5 months, 6 to 7 months. Now the standard, we often measure it in weeks, but just for them to a little bit confuse you or try to get you to think, they're asking you to put it in months. Either you see it in weeks or in months. It takes 8 to 12 weeks. So if it's in months, that would be what? 2 to 3 months, because there are 4 weeks in a month, correct? Right. Moving forward now. 11. Oil palm trees do well in soil with pH level of what? Oil palm trees do well in soils with pH level of what? Now, oil palm will thrive better in soil that has a pH level of 5 to 5 to 6 to 5. So that means the soil is a little bit what? Acidic. Right. 7 is acidic. Alright, so it will thrive in this kind of soil, acidic kind of soil. Is that clear now? Good. Now, if you've watched up until question 11 and you are enjoying the video, please, why not give the video a thumbs like? It suggests to YouTube system or algorithm or bots that the video is good enough so they can push it to a much larger audience of people. This is your own way of supporting this channel, for which we have been providing free contents, and we'll be able to do more. Yeah, good. Question 12 now. The optimum temperature for storing yam under cold storage. The optimum, in other words, the balance temperature for storing yam on yam tuber under cold storage is what? You have 7 degree, 9 degree, 13 degree, and 15 degree. So the optimal temperature is what? 13 degree. Yes, you're surprised. Yes. So that's why, let me give you a fun fact. If you store your yam in a fridge, your yam would stay longer than when you keep it. Most of you keep your yam in the kitchen. Just keep it in a airy place. Some of you spread the sack and put the yam on it. Right. So if you keep your yam in the fridge, especially in the lower part of the fridge, where the chilling or the cooling is way less, your yam would stay longer than when you keep it under room temperature, because most of the time your room temperature is about 27, 28, 30 degrees. That's those of you who do not use air conditioner at home. So this is the standard cool temperature that will prevent spoilage of the yam for at least for a longer duration of time. And then question 13. Dura, Tenera, and Piscifera are all cultivated varieties of, this is simple, these are all varieties of what? Oil palm. Dura, Tenera, and Piscifera, they are all varieties of oil palm. Then question 14. What is crop rotation? It's a simple question that you have been taking since primary school. A. Growing of crops one after the other in a particular sequence. B. Growing more than one crop at a time. No. That's not the answer. Growing of an associate crop in between the rows of the main crop. No. Growing of crops together in strips. No. This is the correct answer here. Growing of crops one after the other in a particular sequence. Okay, you grow this crop for this period of time. After you harvest, then you grow this crop. After you harvest, you grow this crop back. The one you grow the first time, you grow it back, or you can do three sequence. Right, so that's crop rotation, and it does help a lot to keep your soil alive for a longer duration of time before you need to manure it again. All right, question 15 now. The main mode of infection of rinderpest. Rinderpest is a popular cattle disease. So the main mode of infection of rinderpest disease in cattle is through what? Grazing, drinking, contact, inhalation. Now the truth is that a cattle can contact rinderpest disease through all of these options, but one of them is the main mode of contact, and that's by touching. Whenever the animal who has the disease touch the one who don't, it has capacity to immediately infect that one. Others will be secondary, so this will be like primary. That's why we call it the main. Not that others are not there, but it's the main. It's the primary mode of transference of infection. Then question 16. The pox disease in livestock are caused by what? First of all, if you don't know what the pox disease is, you won't know where to classify it. Now, the pox disease is a virus infection. So B settles that. It's not a bacterial, protozoa, or fungal infection. Pox disease in livestock, even in humans, because humans to have their own particular pox disease. It's a viral infection. Then 17 now. In animal nutrition, iodine is essential for the production of what? You have oxygen, tyrosine, insulin, progesterone, insulin, tyrosine, oxygen. Well, in animal nutrition, iodine is essential for the production of tyrosine. Even in human nutrition, if you don't take iodine a lot, which is taking salt, maybe an example now, Dangote salt has a lot of iodine content, or a standard iodine content, unlike many of these salts that you buy that was measured out that don't have iodine content. Okay, if you take more of salt like Dangote salt, I'm giving you free advice now. What happens is you'll be able to prevent thyroidic or disease that is associated with the thyroid gland, like the goiter, like defect with the Adam's apple environment, all those kind of diseases. Yes, so iodine is essential. It produces tyrosine in animal nutrition. All right, the demand for agricultural produce is essentially what? In the business world now, in accounting, the demand for agricultural produce is generally what? Elastic, inelastic, unitary, static. The answer is inelastic. In other words, either the food is cost or is cheap. The only thing you do is complain, you will buy it. Food produce is always, often inelastic. It's not affected by price because people must eat. Even if they have to sell what they have to eat, they must eat. So the answer to that is inelastic. Now, if you've been enjoying this video until this time, you can definitely say that I'm doing my best, I'm trying. Why not type in the comment section, I'm enjoying this video, please keep it up. Some of those comments gives me the trails and help me to prepare better for the next class. Let's continue. Question 19. Rural farmers mostly obtain loans from where? Who are rural farmers? Farmers in the village. Where do they get money to do their business? Is it from government? No, government don't even have time. They don't even see most of them. International Monetary Fund, never. How would they see them? Merchant banks don't give them loan most of the time. Where they get is from money lenders, like the likes of Lapo. So rural farmers mostly obtain loans from other family members or money lenders. Some rich farmers in the city who are money lenders lend with, give them loan. You watch it in Hollywood movies and Nollywood movies. Okay, so 20. The type of labor available to peasant farmers. What are peasant farmers? Low level farmers, mega farmers, subsistence farmers. The type of labor that are available to those kind of farmers, low farmers, small plot of land farmers, is what? You have paid labor, skilled labor, migrant labor, and family labor. Most times it's family labor, as is also practiced in the rural community or in the village communities, where a man carries all his family to work on his farm. Not because he wants his little boys that are just barely 7, 6, 8 years old to go through hard labor, but because he doesn't have money to get paid labor. And his plot of land is actually really small. So the major type of labor for them is labor by family labor. 21 now. The factor of production whose reward is profit is what? Okay, you know already. These are the 4 factors of production. Land, and the reward for land is what? Rent, capital, labor, entrepreneurship. Can't remember all of them. I won't give you all of them. Can't remember all of them. But factor of production whose reward is profit is what? Entrepreneurship. Every businessman, the soul of every businessman is to make profit. So the reward of entrepreneurship is what? Profit. Right? Good. Now, if you have watched up until this time and you are yet to subscribe to the channel and become a part of the family, don't cheat yourself, because after this class, I'm going to make another class that will summarize any other questions I must have omitted. So why not hit the subscribe button so that once I upload that class, you'll be notified by YouTube. You can come and watch as you prepare yourself maximally to crush JAMB. Question 22. The wear and tear of farm structures over time is described as what? This one is simply English. This is simply English. Appreciation. No. Appreciation means it's gaining value. And we say wear and tear. Wear and tear means something is decreasing in value. So that is depreciation. Depreciation is reducing in value. It will not be appreciation. Then 23. The following conditions are necessary for germination. Which of these four options are necessary for germination? Okay, only one is not necessary for germination. That's what it means here. You have adequate moisture, meaning the soil should not be too dry or too wet. Correct. That's true. You have good seed. Good seed. Correct. You have zero temperature, meaning the soil should not have any temperature. No, the soil should have some level of temperature, an optimum temperature. Yeah, so this is the correct one. Optimum temperature. Zero temperature is wrong. Otherwise, the plant, the seed will not even die. And if the seed does not die, it does not germinate. There will be no seedling. Okay, 24. The process whereby the embryo of a seed resumes growth under favorable condition is called what? This is also an English term. Whereby the embryo, a seed, begins to grow. It shoots from the ground. You say, mommy, my maize has germinated. My corn seed has germinated. So germination is just what? When a seed, this is the striking word there, a seed resumes growth. Germination. That's germination. Then question 25. That refers to the appearance of a seedling above soil level. When a seedling comes above soil level, what is that? That is what? Emergence. Emergence. And then 26. The young plants that emerge during germination are called dash. You have emergent plants, surface plants, seedlings. I already mentioned it 2 questions ago. They are called seedlings. Seedlings are the young plants that emerge, that spring up during germination. They are called seedlings. Then 27. Which of the following process is not used in rice processing? You have threshing, winnowing, parboiling, and fermentation. The process is not used in rice processing. We don't ferment rice. So the correct option is what? Fermentation. We do not use fermentation during rice processing. Then question 28. Primary tillage is also known as dash. The major primary tillage is what? You have plowing, harrowing, stumping, and ridging. It's plowing. All others are secondaries. After you plow the soil, you now begin to harrow the soil, stump the soil, and ridge the soil. So the major primary tillage is plowing. Okay, and then 29, as we get ready to round up. Climatic factors which affect organisms include the following, except you have air, sunlight, rains, and rock. That will be what? Air affects organisms. Okay, sunlight and rain. The only thing that does not, that's not a climatic factor here, that affects organism will be what? Rocks. Rocks. So rocks is the correct option. Rocks is not there, which makes it the correct option. The following animal are polygastric animals. Polygastric animals, we already discussed this in about the first few questions, and I told you then that that would be what? Pig. Pig are monogastric animals. So there we have it for the top 30 questions for JAMB this year. I hope you did enjoy the video. Ensure you subscribe to stay updated to more questions that will be coming. I'll see you in another one. Bye. I'm sure you enjoyed the content you just watched. To see more episodes as that, preparing you for your oncoming exams, smash the subscribe button on this channel right now and visit the playlist that we've made for you, covering over 50 types of different exams.